it literally does get old, like you said, because literally every day, it's not like it's an overwhelmingly like 50% and 50% shot where you get a call and they're like, yeah, white male, or you know what I mean?
Well, my buddies just have a scanner, and they send me text all the time, and they go, hey, is the suspect ever a white male? And I go, no. And it's like, I know it sounds terrible to say, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, I sincerely don't, because, bro, they're the worst fucking race, and you can't deny, like, over the last X amount of months, they are, and you know, because they are getting worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting worse, and people are defending them. Are you fucking kidding me? Instead of continuing to just fucking do whatever.
Yeah, much clearer that time. Thank you.
Behind you, Chief.
Okay, yeah, you guys good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys let me know when you're ready.
All set.
You're good. So I just want to give context and clarity to the video that you just saw, and to give a timeline. Late in the evening of Tuesday, November 10th, I received a video by cell phone of what appeared to be an Albany police officer in uniform on duty making racist comments. The video was grainy, it appeared to be a video of a video, and it was hard to establish identity. And so the next day, which would have been Wednesday, November 11th, we confirmed the identity of the officer to be David Hopp, a 4-year veteran of the Albany Police Department. I immediately suspended Officer Hopp without pay, and it turns out that video was actually a product of a deputy from the Albany County Sheriff's Department. And the video was actually originated on November 1st. Right now, and it's uncertain what that video is associated with. We don't think it's associated with any case at this point. And so later in the day of November 11th, Wednesday, after receiving even more information, I made the decision to initiate the termination process for Mr. Hopp. And that process has been ongoing since that day. You know, there's no place in society, and certainly no place within police departments, for racist, hateful conduct. And when we see it in police departments, law enforcement leaders have an obligation to stand up, call it what it is, and take the appropriate action. And that's what I did. This was, without a doubt, racist, hateful comments made by a police officer. I have initiated the process of ensuring that that person never wears an Albany Police Department uniform again. Thank you.
Any questions?
We're good for questions. So I just want to make sure that at first we're hearing the deputy speak, because when we met with the mayor and then also spoke with Sheriff Apple, they said the deputy seemed to have initiated or began this on-camera portion of this conversation, and they call it racially charged, which then leads to a blatantly racist statement. Is that correct in what we're hearing? That first we're hearing the deputy, and then...
Yeah, from what we've seen on video and from everything that we have, the first comments were made by the deputy, yes.
But we don't have anything until this point. That's when the camera was activated. So what was said in the car before that or anything, there's no camera.
Correct. It appears that the camera was activated at the point where we're showing the video.
How was this brought to your attention?
You know, again, it was late Tuesday night. I received a text message from one of my deputies who said that he had received this video from the district attorney's office. And again, it was appeared to be a video of a video. It was real grainy. It was kind of hard to establish, you know, the identity of the officer who was involved. But that was the first I received it.
Did this officer go through the sensitivity training and all the programs the police department offers?
Absolutely. In fact, just recently the officer completed the racial harassment, diversity, and workplace violence training just within the last month or so.
How long has the officer been with the department?
4 years.
And the video, is that just, you say the activation, there's a good, like, minute 5, I think, before the audio kicks in. Is that what you mean by the activation? Or is there audio leading up to the point where the audio starts?
Not quite correct. You want to answer that? Do we hit? We don't have that?
Yeah.
Just
We're not familiar with the delay on their video equipment, but, you know, there is a delay, obviously, before it kicks in.
Okay, so the activation of the camera, it being silent for about a minute before the audio is then shown to us, or, you know, we can hear the audio, it's at that point, we don't know that yet. Okay, so that's a question for the sheriff. Okay.
The termination process, I mean, obviously this is very swift from when you found out, and it was unpaid. About how long does it take, and what does it entail?
so officers have due process rights that are afforded to them through their collective bargaining agreement or their contract. And the contract allows for us or for the chief to make a recommendation for termination. And if that recommendation is not contested, then it becomes effective pretty much immediately. If they decide to exercise their due process rights and contest that termination, then they have an opportunity to do that, and it eventually goes to binding arbitration. And so it could be a process that it could be as short as a month or so, or it could go into several months. It really depends on the circumstances. And so it's real close to what we're dealing with the First Street incident. You know, back then, you know, I made that recommendation for termination for 3 officers. And those 3 officers contested that termination. And right now they are in binding arbitration. And so it could be a prolonged process.
Chief, does he have any sort of disciplinary record, any history of citizen complaints or use of force complaints?
And right now we're going through that to see exactly what this person's history is. We're looking at cases this person is involved in. We're assisting the district attorney's office as much as we can with this. But certainly as this investigation is ongoing, that's a key piece of it.
And can you give us an idea of, did he particularly patrol a certain part of the city?
And I'm not exactly sure what his patrol areas are, but I can certainly get that information to you at some point.
The location of the gas station that this was recorded at?
It's our Department of General Services.
And I just want to, and I might have heard you incorrectly, I apologize. He was on duty at the time they were filling up at the end of the shift kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
he had worked from 3 until, what's that shift?
Yeah, we have a shift that goes from 3 to 11. 4 to 12. 4 to 12 shift.
So my thing is, so you said the deputy turned it in. Would you guys review all the tapes? Is that how we found it? I mean, no.
And see that piece, I'm not privy to how that video got from the sheriff's department to the district attorney's office. I just don't know. But we received it. The Albany Police Department received it from the district attorney's office.
When you received it on, did you say it was Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
When was he notified he was suspended?
The following day. So we found out. I found out about it Tuesday night. Video is grainy. Its identity we were not able to confirm. The very next day we received the video that you all see right now, and that is a much clearer version. And I believe that's the original version from the deputy. And once we received that, we were able to confirm the officer's identity. And as soon as we confirmed that, he was immediately suspended.
And can you confirm that when you spoke with the sheriff, he was unaware of it at that time?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question here.
Sheriff Apple said he found out about it from you. So I was told the clerk saw it because of new discovery laws. She sent it over to the DA. Then you were alerted. When you spoke to the sheriff, he said that was the first he had heard about it, but it came from his clerk.
So that sequence, I'm not entirely sure because, you know, one thing I am 100% sure of is that we received the video from the district attorney's office. Now, what transpired before that, I'm not clear, and I have had some discussions with the sheriff. I don't specifically recall him saying whether or not he was aware of it or not. We talked about some other things related to it, and I just don't recall that part of a conversation with him.
As part of his disciplinary proceedings, he would be hit with specific charges, correct? Can
Yes.
you tell us what he's been charged with?
Did you want to talk about that piece?
We're going through that process right now.
Right, but as for grounds for termination, you have to notify the officer of what will be the grounds for that and what he's being charged with. I mean, is it conduct unbecoming?
Yes, unbecoming conduct.
Okay.
Sam, you got anything on the phone?
Nope, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Would he
Yes?
Would he have been solo on that shift if it wasn't for the partnership with county?
In all likelihood,
And did he have his own body camera that he was equipped with, or no?
yes. Yes.
Is there footage from that capturing it as well?
That we didn't receive, as far as I know, we did not receive any footage from his camera, but as part of our investigation, we're going back and looking at previous body-worn footage and subsequent body-worn footage from that officer as well.
Is there a camera in the vehicle as well that might have picked it up since the engine was running?
No. Well, there's a camera in there, but as far as I know, that camera did not pick that encounter up. All right, thank you.
Sam, I'm running it out now.